Alright, everybody, welcome back to game number 2 of the semifinals of the Fragbite THOR Open Qualifier number 5. Virtus.Pro up 1-0, pretty much steamrolling like they've done to everybody they've faced in this tournament thus far. Virtus.Pro, not known for performing that well so far, but hopefully they can turn around. NS, one of my favorite players of all time, so I'm really happy to see when he succeeds. But yeah, we'll see if HM, a Serbian team, can turn it around and maybe put in dead in Virtus.Pro's unseemably unstoppable armor.
Well, I mean, have Virtus.Pro play any known team in a sense?
No,
in this particular. Okay,
they have not.
Maybe again,
I think all the
I don't
known
want
teams are playing DreamHack qualifiers and I think like Premier League matches, I suppose.
Yeah, I do believe this is like the 4th or 5th time that Virtus.Pro tried out in the Dwarf qualifiers as well, right? So
I think it's like the second.
Second? Okay, I remember seeing them a couple of times, so that's why I brought that up. So yes, hopefully they could actually go all the way this time here and get themselves qualified, because that experience, especially for a team that's been trying things out and having newer members and different rosters, will be very, very important. So it's a valuable experience, and hopefully they could get there.
Yep, Virtus.Pro had the first pick. They're going to ban out the Broodmother yet again. Broodmother not seen any of these games, but apparently Virtus.Pro, when they have first pick, they're just going to ban out Broodmother, say, alright, what Imba hero are you going to leave us with? As could see a TA ban, could see a Batrider ban. Batrider probably going to be the more appropriate ban by one of these teams, because he's been banned all the time. So not much Batrider for B1. Bit sad.
Yeah, I think so. It seems like most teams are more likely to let the Templar Assassin go through as opposed to Batrider. Ironically, I think perhaps Templar Assassin a little bit more explosive a hero, but Batrider just give you the lane assurance. You are going to win a lane for sure when you have the Batrider to your hand, but Jakiro's going to be the ban here as well, so they're either getting the Bat or they're either getting the Templar Assassin, and I think Virtus.Pro will be happy with getting any.
Yep, Virtus.Pro had to make a difficult decision, banning out the Twin-Head Dragon. KSI has been playing a pretty solid Twin-Head Dragon all this tournament, only didn't have him for one game, but KSI has definitely been making him work. But Batrider is going to be there, so they can get Templar Assassin, they can get Rubik, a bunch of heroes still left in the pool. Might even go for Bounty Hunter. They might go for their very aggressive lineup with Bounty Hunter and Night Stalker, but they pick up the TA with their first pickup, so no Night Stalker this game, unfortunately.
Yep, and it's now up to the Radiant or the Dire side. Yeah, they swap side. The Dire side to figure out how to lane against the Templar Assassin. I don't imagine we're going to see Templar Assassin on the safe lane, although again, it is a possibility considering that we just saw it previously. Maybe you're going to throw 2 mid against TA, but apparently 2 mid against Virtus.Pro is not working out, as Panda just handle it very easily, I have to say.
Yep, managed to adapt his skill well, get a pointed Drunken Brawler. Meanwhile, HM taking a long time to pick up their hero. Still, Bounty Hunter is in the pool. Rubik is still in the pool. Could see a Rubik being picked up as a support, but Rubik against Templar Assassin in mid lane is not too good of a time for Rubik, as he gets hard pressed to keep Templar Assassin down because he has such long cooldowns, and because Refraction is so good. But yeah, it looks like HM taking a little bit of time, probably discussing what the lanes they can do, and what Virtus.Pro might pick up in the second round of picks. But HM, what do you think they need to do in order to get themselves back in the series and really keep down Virtus.Pro in this game?
I think they got to make this more of a game, win their lanes, and they're seemingly wanting to do so with Venomancer and Brewmaster, which we saw from the previous games that these two heroes are very, very powerful in the early game because of their ability to kill. And Venomancer as a support against Templar Assassin is not bad, simply because Poison Touch at level 2 will start draining Refraction charges slowly, and of course Venomous Gale will do that as well. So I think they have to win the early stages of the game, because we're going to see it like a 18-minute, 20-minute GG if you let Templar Assassin and his team steamroll out of control. And look at this. I think that's exactly what Virtus.Pros have there on their mind. Undying's going to be the pick here, so we're going to see some offensive trialing. Undying Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden not getting any love lately, but she is going to be providing a lot of slow support for both Templar Assassin and Undying. And Venomancer is great as a hero, but not against the zombie house, because those zombies will crawl up on you and you can't do much about it.
Yep, as Undying's a bit of a weird hero these days because he's been constantly picked and banned like the past 2 weeks, and then suddenly this weekend he's not picked or banned.
He's like forgotten, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit weird, but Undying, also one of my favorite heroes. Really happy to see him make a return to the competitive scene. Never really understood why he left, but yeah, what will HM do to counter it, as they should probably pick up some tanky heroes so they can deal with the sustained barrage of the Undying zombies. They also need some range so they can focus on Tombstone. Undying presents so many problems, and when that mid-game push comes, it is really difficult to stop. Even if you don't have too many tower pushers, the fact that the zombies can just eat through your creeps, really keep your other team back and just go to town on your supports is really, really difficult for any team to deal with.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think their mid game is okay in the sense that they do have the Broodmaster. I mean, the DPS of all the three pandas are pretty decent. So if you want to, like in the middle of team fight, ult and just break the tombstone with your zombies, with your pandas, that is a possibility. But I'm going to reiterate my previous point is that I don't think they should focus or worry that much about the mid game because they're not going to get to the mid game if you can't survive the early game. And there's no answers to Undying's tombstone early right now because once that tombstone's dropped down, it is a high enough HP to survive a couple of physical hits. At that time, you're eating slows, you're eating Nova, Bite, and your Venomancer is dying. You know, your Brewmaster is going to sustain a lot of damage. I just think they have to find a way to win the early laning stage. Bounty Hunter normally is a decent hero to throw against a Triling because he's kind of like a slippery fish. It's very, very hard to find him. It's hard to lock him down. But there is a Crystal Maiden in the lane. And the cool thing about Crystal Maiden is that she does have access to that Frostbite. And most players will actually skill it up if you see a lot of invisible heroes on the other side. As you guys might know, the Frostbite does reveal invisible heroes and keep them revealed during the duration of Frostbite. So, of course, you could go with the old school Ray of Dust or Sentry Wards. Again, I'm just worried about HM's early game, and let's see what they got for us, what they got for the Virtus.Pro team.
Meanwhile, Virtus.Pro banning out people who could potentially stop the mid-game push. Wisp really good at picking off heroes that can go in and really get rid of heroes. Enigma really strong at getting the team fights. And so far, like you said, if Brewmaster splits and ults the Undying Tombstone, that means Templar Assassin has free roam. Undying even has free roam with his decay spam. And keep in mind, Brewmaster ultimate long cooldown in the early game. Even in the mid game, it still will be over 2 minutes until he gets to that level 16. Meanwhile, Tombstone, 60-second cooldown, so he can cast it twice as much as that Brewmaster ultimate. And as Virtus.Pro decides to spin out the Enchantress. Jungling heroes have definitely not been seen too much these days, but you know, Enchantress Chen still viable pickups as Disruptor going to be the final ban. They realize if they pick up Disruptor and we get clumped up against this team, it'll be really, really unfortunate.
I mean, we've seen Disruptor and Trial Lanes, especially with the help of Undying, well, not so much Crystal Maiden, but mostly Undying Trial Lanes. They are paired very, very much so often together, and again, very difficult to deal against. I think Virtus.Pro has so much options in terms of where they want to shape their Trial Lane. They could pick a Keeper of Light if they want a little bit more AoE. Bane Elemental is a decent choice as well. Or if they want to go with more AoE slow, more AoE disable, you know, you could go for something like Lina. Lina, Crystal Maiden, Undying is pretty much a killing Trial Lane, as much of a killing Trial Lane as you want. But I think they need a little bit better tower pushing. So hopefully, whatever Trial Lane candidate they have in their mind will round that out as well. It's good to kill heroes, but also it's better if you could knock down a couple of towers in doing so. Meanwhile, again, same thing on HT. Focus on survivability in the early game, especially against that deadly Trial Lane, and somehow find a way to deal with Templar Assassin. I think the de facto hero of choice here, as we see Witch Doctor.
Yep, NS's favorite hero.
Oh god, this is gonna be brutal because that counts as bouncing around, left and right. Not only that, the Voodoo Restoration is not something you could.
Yeah. NS has actually been making great use of Voodoo Restoration all this tournament. Even if they don't have any tower pushers, like their best tower pusher is like Jakiro in a lot of these games. Voodoo Restoration just keeps everybody up, like even against sustained long-range jukes like Power Shot. Man, NS has just been on point with this Witch Doctor this entire tournament, so we're definitely going to see a really strong Witch Doctor. I know you're excited. Witch Doctor, always a very tricky support because he fades in and out of the scene so quickly, but hopefully we'll see a bit of revival. A bit notorious for being a bit of a defensive support, but Voodoo Restoration definitely an offensive spell, Maledict as well, and he can definitely get it done, especially when there's not too many disables that can stop his Death Ward.
At least not right now. Keeper of the Light is going to be picked up. I think it's going to be a defensive Trial Lane, which is fine if he keeps his range, keeps his butt far away. He can actually slow down this push a bit. But again, Voodoo Restoration being used here. And also, I just love Voodoo Restoration in conjunction with Undying because, you know, let's say Undying's out of position and suddenly it's like, oh yeah, we could kill him. Voodoo Restoration comes in, a couple of stacks of decay come in, and that's when the zombies really, really stack up on you. Undying's a hero by nature that he wants to take the team fight as slow as possible, as long as possible, and Voodoo Restoration does that perfectly, casts that perfectly as well. So I love the trialing here for Virtus.Pro. And what is the trialing going to be for the HM? Keeper of the Light, Venomancer, and a Brewmaster? I think that's an okay trialing, but just not enough stuns in that trialing, not enough bursts in that trialing. And I just don't think that they could. If these two trialing match up against each other, I'm putting money on Virtus.Pro.
I think they'll do dual lane Venomancer Brewmaster mid against TA.
That's a fair choice, yeah.
Because Venomancer is solid against TA. TA not the best range. Doesn't have the Venom or the Brewmaster passive evasion like they did in the last game. So Refraction will get drained down quite a bit. Keeper the Light will have to support a pretty strong carry who can keep the lane supported, because Keeper the Light not too much aggressive power in keeping other heroes back in a tri-lane. So Windrunner is going to pick up. She should have a relatively easy time in staying in the offlane position against a Keeper the Light and whatever carry you decide to go for. So yeah, the lanes are going to be a bit tricky for HM, but they have a lot of turtle power, at least in the form of Venomancer and Keeper the Light.
Is the Windrunner going to be on the offlane? I imagine she's actually going to be put on the bot for the Radiant and just match up against the Bounty Hunter. It's going to be a favorable matchup in the sense that she could provide a lot of harassment. You just send your trialing up top and be as aggressive as possible. It's going to be a Pudge. Wow. So maybe we're going to see a Pudge Venomancer lane in a sense, or maybe a Pudge against a TA. There's a lot of possibility, but I'm looking forward to this. One of the best ways to disrupt any type of tri-lane is to get them completely out of position and kill them at doing so. So I think this could be the answer, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yep, Pudge also really good at against stopping pushes, get a support out of position. If they can hook the Witch Doctor and get him out of the battle, they'll reduce so much damage by Virtus.Pro. Get Undying out of the battle, that's just curtains for their team fight. So Pudge, pretty solid pickup in this choice, but the question is how will they lane it? As it seems like Virtus.Pro has solid enough lanes that they can beat them. And like you said, HM really needs to survive the early game in order to make it to the mid game, where they have a chance to shine.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this game is very much so gonna be dictated. Yeah, this game is gonna be very much so dictated by the first 5 minutes of gameplay. That's when we'll see how many kills Undying and his trialing will get. That's when we'll see how many kills that Pudge will get, because both these heroes with right enough number of kills, they could really excel in terms of having a level advantage. And when there's a level 8 Pudge running around, everybody's 5-ish. Like, you know, that's when things could become very difficult for Virtus.Pro. But it comes down to laning, it comes down to the first 5 minutes, and let's see what we're gonna have. Keeper of Light, Venomancer, and perhaps Pudge going top. No, Pudge is going on mid. You can see that he's definitely going mid. I think he's saving for an extra 100 going to the bank. If you're going on a side lane, you generally do max out everything. So I'm curious.
Yep, so it is players and teams. I'll go over HM, the Serbians, PSTM playing the Venomancer, Timezor playing the Pudge, Cine playing the Bounty Hunter, Cabralicious playing the Keeper of the Light, and DBSM playing the Brewmaster.
Yeah, meanwhile on the Radiant squad, NS, like you predicted, going to be handling the Witch Doctor, KSI playing the Crystal Maiden, XXX last game played a very, very good solo mid. Panda going to be playing the solo mid Templar Assassin, I imagine. We have Airman on the Undying, and Bandit on generally the long lane on the Windrunner. Windrunner already skilled up, so I imagine she's gonna go top. Although there's no clear choice of whether she is gonna go top. No, she's already rotating. So a very, very uncharacteristic defensive tri-lane. You generally don't pick a Undying for this.
Well, I guess they just want to get the early push. They know that Bounty Hunter can't really do anything to stop them in the
But this lane
push.
doesn't push that well. Like, they just right click. You don't have a Jakiro or a Prophet or something. So it's, I mean, it works. They're gonna get free farm. Just I think it's taking away from the killing potential of what their lineup could do. But that's just, you know, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I guess we will. As Pudge gonna go to the middle lane, gonna be matched up against TA. Rot pretty good against Refraction, but of course have to get up close and personal to TA in order to get that happen. So a couple points in sideways. Pudge should not have too easy of a time against his TA, but he can definitely handle his own. But if the ganks come in, Pudge will be hard pressed to escape them. You know, Brewmaster will get free farm up top. Won't hit a fast low 6, but will get that fast blink dagger if he manages to farm up well enough. As looks like Venomites are going to circle right around because Keeper of the Light can't really do nearly enough harassment. Santa is going to do a bit of harassment up against the Venomancer, but Windrunner is going to be hard pressed to stay in this lane with the Venomancer right there.
Yep. Similarly, the Gondar is having a similar trouble on the bot lane. There's a Central War up on the ground here. Crystal Maiden, of course, does provide the Frostbite, and you can see it does. It is her first skill of choice. Generally, most Crystal Maiden nowadays, if in a tri-lane, you definitely go for Nova because of the AoE slow and whatnot. But yeah, adjusting the skill build, you can see that Bounty says, well, can't do anything here. Going to go for a little bit of pulling. No, he's not pulling. Is he just going to try to kill a dragon?
I guess so. He's going to try to pull it to a tower and do a bit of hotshot harassment. Not really too sure. Took a bit of damage.
You can't get it to the tower. It's not that. Yeah, so it's just awkward. Okay.
But yep, Brewmaster gonna keep farming it up, not doing a good job controlling the creep equilibrium, as Winner is getting a decent amount of experience, so bit of a unfortunate play for HT or HM. And meanwhile, TA is handling himself just fine in the middle lane. Undying getting free farm. Free farm Undying is really, really scary. Ridiculously hard to bring down. I don't know how they'll bring him down at all if Undying picks up items like a Vanguard, a Pipe. He's just going to be pretty much immortal with Decay.
I'm still in the opinion that he could do that even in a tri lane. He would just, instead of farming creeps, he'll kill heroes. And, you know, he's very adept at doing so. But hey, they're free farming Undying. We're going to see a little bit more of a farming Undying, something that we don't see pretty much ever. But on the mid lane here, Templar Assassin still handling. I don't think Pudge could win this lane.
No, already used his salve, still has a decent amount of creeps before he can get his bottle. So he's going to be hard pressed to stay in that lane as well. Venomancer going to try to roam top, but Windrunner just having a lot of experience getting a decent amount of farm as well. 6-0. So, you know, outfarming the Pudge in the middle lane. So far, the lane's not matching up to HM's expectations, as the hook is going to fly in not just short enough. So TA is going to be just fine. Picks up the boots as well. So far, pretty much every lane is being lost.
Yep, every lane is definitely being lost. And Virtus.Pro, like last game, won every lane and made the game look easy. This game is this lineup here is a lot more explosive than the last game as well. Templar Assassin, once he gets access into Phase and Blink Dagger, things is going to get very ugly. When the push is coming, very difficult to stop the Undying. But with that said, HM is surviving the early game, and once they have access into a Panda split in the mid game, I mean, they actually do have a chance to win team fights. You know, Zombie Stone or not, you could just focus it down with Panda, and you know you're dealing with 6-second Cyclones, 2-second Suns. So it's not actually as bad for HM to have a very, very passive early game. They are going to get out farm, they are going to get out XP, but it's probably better than losing a couple early towers and early kills.
Yep, unfortunately the Venomancer roams have not been successful. The hooks have whiffed completely. Timesar has picked up the ball at the very least, but you can see TA has a full boots advantage. Just completely handling Pudge in this middle lane, has a 6 CS advantage. But Brewmaster doing a nice job farming. Will he go for the fast Blink Dagger? Will he get something like a Drums first, just to give him a bit more pushing power? Probably should go for that fast Dagger in my opinion, but I guess he needs some mana pool as well.
Yeah, I mean, fast Dagger is decent, but then you actually have to keep your mana constantly at full. Or else you won't have enough for a combo. But seems like we're going to see a push slowly being concocted on the bot lane. Virtus.Pro turning on that Voodoo Restoration and starting to build up a critical mass of creeps. That Siege unit on the background probably is the reason that they're going for it. Crystal Maiden and the supports are auto-attacking Lisa's Siege unit to make this push go. And the question is, will the Dire team be able to respond? Invisrune's going to get picked up here, but it's going to be under sight of Observer. They will see Pudge kind of roaming around that area. Are they going to still push with the Pudge? I think they will. Again, the Radiant team, or excuse me, the Dire team don't kill quick enough, and there you go, the rotation comes in from the Keeper Alive, trying to weaken this push a bit, and I think that's going to be it. Yeah, so good rotation here from Dire, and they're going to be fine.
Yep, Pudge uses the Invisibility Rune. Meanwhile, TA knows something is up, just going to chill out for a little bit, as Pudge is going to make his way slowly back to the middle lane. Meanwhile, Panda canceling the clap, but Santa getting a decent amount of farm as well. But the pusher stopped, like you mentioned. Keeper the Light managed to get himself enough experience through the pulse to get level 2 Illuminate, and that's often all you need when the other team doesn't have too strong of pushing.
And that critically give the Bounty Hunter his access into level 3 as well. Now, he still can't go in the lane because the Sentry Wards are bound and there's a Crystal Maiden nearby, and if he does go in the lane, he'll die. But getting closer and closer to level 6 is all you ask for as a Bounty Hunter on the long lane, because once you do have it, access into track as a comeback mechanic is huge. Meanwhile, a lot more warding being going on here as KSI dropping those wards before the first one even runs out, maintaining map vision, which is the most important thing you could ever ask for against a Pudge. So very, very good adjustments. Generally, most supports could actually delay that the Observe ward for maybe, I want to say, to the 8-minute mark, but definitely not against the Pudge.
Frostbite going to come in on the Bounty Hunter. Decay going to come in as well, but Bounty Hunter should be fine. Doesn't have any regen. He still has the Salve, so he should be just fine in this lane. Now I know there's a Sentry Ward there, so he's going to just play very passively. So this lane, or this game, very, very still. The experience graph and the goal graph tell the tale. Pretty much dead even. Experience slightly in favor of the Radiant, but because of the Windrunner. But, you know, overall, pretty even game.
Yep. Gale's gonna fly on the mid lane. It's gonna just clip XXX as it's burning away her refraction charge. Just don't really care that much. Unless she gets hooked, she's not gonna die. The immediate D ward on the bot river is gonna allow Pudge to have a little bit more mobility. Now secures himself another rune. Looking for level 6. I think with level 5s you can start roaming a little bit more aggressively, but this is one of those slower games that both teams just looking to farm here and there, and there's no reason to leave that Templar Assassin uninterrupted farm on the mid lane. Although even his presence is not doing too much else to say that. Here comes Vandemaster to Gale's kill, but there's a cast, there's a Maledict, so no Voodoo Rusher there, and is gonna get the kill. They are gonna get the kill. XXX gotta be careful because trap number 1's pop. Trap number 2 is waiting on the wing, and no, does not turn around like that. And wow, 2 easy kills for the Radiant team. And again, we talked about the dangers of allowing a Templar Assassin to get kills like that. Well, there's 2 for them.
Yep, clearly we're not anticipating NS coming in, but nice rotation by NS. Gotta do some D-warding as well, so he was in the right place at the right time, has boost of speed as well. And keep in mind, Witch Doctor base damage very, very high. And like you said, TA picked up the phase boots now, so she's gonna be able to escape these ganks a lot easier with those traps and phase boots. Meanwhile, Brewmaster picked up the arcane boots, gonna go for the bracer. Probably gonna try to finish the drums and then go for the dagger. But his rate of farm, not too fast. Undying, meanwhile, what is he gonna go for? Picked up just a stout shield. Will he go for a Viv booster? Will he go for arcane boots to help push? Really up to him.
Yeah, I mean, the world's his oyster, as LD might say here. 1200 gold. I think a Vip booster to open it up is pretty decent. He doesn't need the regen as much, though. Just want to, again, survive long enough to drop multiple stacks of decay, make that tombstone work. And you can say he is adjusting his skill build a little bit as well. Generally, when you're playing offensive trialing...
Oh, what a shackle shot onto the Panda, and he dies! Wow, Panda walked up to get the clap, but the shackle shot by Santa, level 3 shackle shot now, so I guess he got a level 2 shackle shot. Hold Panda in place for a bit. Managed to get a solo kill against the Brewmaster, so really unfortunate for HM. And Pudge, meanwhile, commits suicide. The world is getting to him, and he can keep up.
Yeah, definitely. XXX in a little bit of trouble as well. Gotta get the mill. Is he gonna mill? There's Invisible coming in from Gon that traps him, slowing him down. And that's coming in position. Is he gonna go for the caster? No cast just yet, but look at the mill hits. Wow! Jeez, the damage output with the phase boots and the minus armor. And Bounty Hunter, of course, only level 4. Went off the lane. That's something that you shouldn't do. But again, what is he going to do on that bot lane against the Crystal Maiden?
Oh, Illuminate whiffs completely on the Windrunner as she was able to Windrun out of there safely. So far, VP have a significant advantage. And keep in mind, Undying has not even played a factor in this game thus far.
Yes.
As he has 2k gold in the bank, he can pretty much do whatever he wants. And since the other team is pretty under-leveled, those zombies, they will hurt, and they will hurt hard.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for Arcane Boots, so it's going to sustain multiple uses of Decay. And I think because with that, they can actually now aggressively push the Tier 1. If the Keeper Block decides to rotate, he will rotate, but there's a detection. Any detection? No dust? Do you have a gem? No. What? How does... They have a gem! We're freaking 9 minutes in. This game's over. No tower's going down, but I'm calling it right here, man. Because you don't make an early gem like this. Unless you feel so advantaged, and I think they are. 6-0, look at that goal chart. It's crazy.
You're clipping out on Skype, but it looks like the stream is fine. I don't know if your internet is having a bit of problems. But the Tombstone gonna be killed, slowly but surely, by the Keeper of the Light and the Tower. Venomites are coming in to reinforce, and I'm sure the Bounty Hunter must have been super surprised. But yeah, eliminating the wards this early in the game, with TA on the map, with Witch Doctor constantly roaming, is just going to strike fear into the hearts of the Dire. Really, really ballsy move by NS, but NS, notorious support. Always known for being super aggressive, getting these big plays, and picking up a gem very Chinese-esque this early on. And we'll see if it pays off.
The Chinese generally pick it on the solo mid, like a Beastmaster or something, and go for a D-War, but I've never seen, like an 8-minute gem. He did get a first blood and a double kill on the mid lane as he ganked for the Templar, and so that extra pile of gold, he decided to go for that way. But it's a very risky play, as if you do give it up, suddenly you not only lose that gem, but you lose all the map control, any resemblance of map control, as there is a Venomancer. He could easily use that gem against you. And of course, you do have a Templar Assassin, and she will get ganked with the help of that gem, so it's something that you got to be very, very careful about if you're trying to mimic this kind of play in a pub game.
Yep. As Brewmaster still yet to get his ultimate off, is going to pick up the Robo Magi very soon to get his drums going. Should I think if I was in Brewmaster's position, I'd just start saving for Blink Dagger. I want to get some team fights going, get some momentum going, just trying to give my team a little bit of lift and spirits. I'm not too sure if getting a fast drums will do that for you. But Bounty Hunter is here. Windrunner is just going to stay very far back, cast Drunken Hate. Bounty Hunter, will he initiate? Just going to wait as long as possible. And he is revealed, so now Windrunner knows. Will there be any teleportations to respond to that? As this game, 6-0 in favor of Virtus.Pro, but very, very passive so far.
Yeah, I just don't like the response coming in from HM. Their bounty hunters should be trying to get level 6 actively on the bot lane, and Keeper is getting that EXP. As much as I love a farm Keeper, they need a farm bounty hunter because that's their only way to catch up in terms of track gold, in terms of EXP. Without it, there's no chance. Here we go, Pudge making the first gank in the game, and he is getting in position. Is he going to grab that hook? You know, Templar Assassin is doing all sorts of work. The hook's going to hit right here, and that's probably going to put bounty hunter close to level 6. No, just 5.5 because there's 3 here to share the EXP. Meanwhile, though, Templar Assassin killed the Venomancer and critically picked up the Blink Dagger.
Oh man, it might be a nightmare to deal with this TA with the Blink Dagger this early on. But they still have the Brewmaster ultimate still up. And can they get the push going? Tower actually very healthy in terms of HP. There's going to be a teleportation mid as Venomancer going to be able to defend level 5, so level 3 of ward. Meanwhile, the Observer Ward was placed, but NS is going to quickly be able to de-ward it once they spot it out. NS is making the rotation. They did see Bounty Hunter or Keeper the Light going in position, so NS... his eyes are as big as his play as he's going to kill that ward with relative ease. Going to actually pop a smoke gank as, can they pick off a kill on the middle lane? That is the question. No, going to try to wrap around and kill the Keeper so they can get this tower push finally.
Meanwhile, XXX looking for a free kill. He does see Pudge on the mid lane, Venomancer hiding on the high ground here, but the gank coming out on the bot here as the Keeper using his horses. The Witch Doctor Death Ward being dropped. I think that's enough melee to get the kill, but the hook comes in. KSI, oh no! Tower's gonna get the last hit. Looks like the NS has already poured it out. Will Keeper survive? I think so. Yes, indeed he does. So a very, very good counter gank coming in here. The Tombstone has dropped as well, and that's a lot of gold. But looks like he just wants to go for it. Look at how aggressive he's playing behind the tower against 3. Glyph is already used. The zombie house being focused down. They are gonna get the kill, so they should. Yeah, they are. But the decay comes in right now. I think he's gonna have to pay for it, right?
He's gonna teleport out as there's nothing he can do to stop him.
Wow.
As Pudge died, I think he committed suicide because the zombies are there. Pudge actually went in towards the tombstone with like 30% HP, so I imagine he committed suicide, but really not too sure. As no, yeah, he committed suicide as Dying does not have a kill.
I mean, you could just turn around and hit the zombies. That's unless there's like 40 of them.
Well, he was at like 30% HP and Tombstone was at max health pretty much.
No, just run away from zombies and kill the zombies.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit of an odd play. Windrunner picks up the last hit. Windrunner, how is Santa farming? Has the mechanism in conjunction with that Voodoo Restoration. Man, it's going to be really deadly to kill any of the heroes once they group up, especially with Dirge with the Decay, Harassment, Soul Rip. Not yet leveled because level 3 Decay, much more important, much more spammable. Usually when I play Dirge I get 1 point to Soul Rip and then Max Decay, but you know, different build. As Bounty Hunter might get initiated on. Here comes the gem. Cask not being used near the creeps, and they're going to use a cask right now. Power shot and easy kill for NS.
Yeah, NS is just chilling with the boots. He's getting headrest. I don't even know why. Is he actually going to go for the pipe? I imagine that Undying will be your best pipe holder because he's already got the hood finish and he's about 600 away from finishing a completed pipe if he wants to go for it. We saw how tanky he is. He's by far one of the highest level heroes in the game, and looks like the gank party is coming his way. I think he could just drop the Tombstone and fight this, but oh, there he's go, Tombstone, and any hook coming in, no hook. That's only 1 stack of zombies, and I think that's gonna be it. Yeah, PSTM though, 2 decay, still very low, no backup. The trap's not gonna be far enough. Airman's still chasing. Virtus.Pro playing way aggressive, but again, that's how they play, and seems like it's working out perfectly so far.
I was actually going to say that was a very defensive Tombstone, as he could have placed it a bit further. Tombstone casting 600, but here comes the zombie. Gonna go in, gets Decay, so now he has ridiculous HP, 1200 HP. The hook lifts as Track is going to reveal the TA. They cast a Drunken Haze as well. Can they sustain the push without the Tombstone? That is the question. Here comes the TA, gonna blink right back. Brewmaster wants to get in position, get the ultimate off, cast the clap, gonna cast the ultimate. Undying might be in a lot of trouble. Here comes a Death Ward hitting absolutely nothing. As the Illuminate gonna fly in, NS with that Voodoo Restoration enough to heal him up. As looks like the TA does get hooked, she is gonna die. as this ultimate might be worth it, but looks like the Death Ward on the Venomancer in conjunction with that Malik enough to pick him off 1-for-1. They used an ultimate. Tombstone was not up, but overall pretty even trade. They killed the TA, and that's pretty important in this game.
I just want to say that the Panda's micro was non-existent as he literally popped the ultimate, got a Cyclone up, and his Panda just literally stood there.
He got 2 Cyclones off on the Undying.
Okay, but the Panda just stood there. I was confused, but you know, okay, 1-for-1. Meanwhile, there was a 1-for-1 team fight 5v4 as Windrunner was slowly pushing up top and doing a significant amount of damage to
no
that tier 2.
Tombstone.
Yeah. So it's not really.
But at least they killed the TA. At least they killed the TA.
They did. Although I don't think she cares. She's gonna respawn in like 2 seconds because we're 16 minutes in the game. And if you can't tell from my tone of voice, I don't think HM is gonna have a good mid game.
Yeah, keep in mind Tombstone has really not had too much of an effect as just checking out the levels you can see level 8 Keeper the Light, level 7 Venomancer, level 6 Bounty Hunter. Level 6 Bounty Hunter, 16 minutes in the game is definitely not what you want to have as his roam is costing him. Hood is finished up on the Undying, so he can tank those Illuminates like a boss, can tank Venomancer as well. You know, there's going to be a rotation, try to get the TA mid, once again has the Blink Dagger as she's going to be able to escape the hook whiffs because TA able to scout it out. And so far it looks like VP just content to stay very aggressive. Invisibility rune popped by the Pudge, but there's a gem up on NS. He has Strength Treads and a Headdress as well. Just going to give him some more HP regen because they already have a hood. They already have a mechanism. As not too sure what Pudge was eating. Oh, killed KS.
Ooh. Did you get the gem?
No, NS has a gem. Killed KS.
KS, okay. Yeah. Crystal Maiden getting picked off. Not the biggest deal. By the way, Windrunner also got a tier 2 tower, made it out alive with the simple TP.
And
now
Undying
4
got the
staff
tier 2 as well.
Alright, I mean, to be honest, I really like the dive by HD or HM earlier. They decided to pop the drums and go right in, recognizing Tombstone's down, recognizing that Windrunner was there. I mean, but with all those advantage, they even couldn't, like, that was a 1-for-1 trade. So it just didn't work out well. Now they do have their ultimate up again. And they wanted to take it a mid fight. Templar Assassin is the perfect target to go on. You cannot allow her to have multiple traps in a single team fight. Venomancer showing his true colors, started defending towers. We're relatively easy mode to say. Pudge hook! Woo! It was close.
So close and yet so far, as the ultimate on Brewmaster still down for the next 10 seconds. Virtus.Pro not going to initiate, so the Brewmaster will be up. There's going to be a teleport to defend that top lane. It is the Templar Assassin. Will she go on the Brewmaster? No, just going to farm some creeps. Should be just fine.
This is time to go on the mid lane. I mean, like everybody, Templar Assassin is not with there. You have your whole team with it. The trap is actually seeing the Pudge. In fact, the Radiant team, Virtus.Pro, without one of their best trio, they're gonna go right there. The hook is gonna miss. Oh no, the cast is gonna be bouncing. No bounces. Tombstone is gonna be dropped. Maledict. Tombstone is gonna drop. This is a very horrible position for Virtus.Pro. Let's see how much they're gonna lose, or if they're gonna lose anything at all. So far, it's looking good. Templar Assassin still not even rotating to this position. 4v5 next to tier 2. They want to focus down, but the Witch Doctor has got a kill on Pudge with that
Maledict decay. Yep, Maledict and 1 decay as the Tombstone being focused down by those Plague Wards. Plague Wards high enough level that the Tombstone can be focused down with over a long time, but here comes the TA. Now she's going to come back. Keep in mind, Brewmaster ultimate is up. Tombstone is down. They still have the Flesh Golem at the very least, but Tombstone will be back up in 25 seconds. We'll see if Virtus.Pro can wait that long.
If they can't even fight a Tombstone 5v4, then they can't even fight this, like Tombstone or not. 5v5 with Templar Assassin, traps as well, Splink Dagger, and a double damage on TA. This is going to look very, very ugly. With this said, Panda's micro has to be absolutely perfect. Got a cycle on the TA, the highest priority, and go start killing supports. But here we go, Nova from the Crystal Maiden, Shackle Shot, and look at the Crystal Maiden ultimate. Gonna kill the Keeper right now. Pudge is gonna hit a hook, but only on teammates here, and the cast bouncing. Oh, look at the Death Ward, look at the Tombstone, and we're gonna see a huge team wipe. Multiple buyback being used, but it's not gonna be enough. Tier 2 is gonna go down, and Tier 3 is gonna be slowly siege one.
Yep, Voodoo Restoration keeping up everybody out the HP. Unfortunately, NS not too much mana to work with. They're going to teleport back, defend their lanes. They know that this game is all but theirs. Brewmaster bought back, didn't even use his ultimate in that fight. But that Crystal Maiden Freezing Fail did significant damage, completely unexpected. Crystal Maiden 3 bracers, tankier than a lot of the heroes on the Dire squad. Tankier than a Bounty Hunter, tankier than everybody but Pudge and Brewmaster.
That's a very, very bad sign, I have to add. Also, one thing I want to point out, one thing I want to ask you about is what's your thoughts on the new 4 staff? on heroes like Windrunner, as heroes like Windrunner are still getting the Force Staff. You could say that's a nerf because she could use that plus 10 attack speed and damage a little bit better, but seems like that's not preventing people from buying the Force Staff.
Yeah, well, the Force effect is probably one of the better item effects in the game, one of the best item effects in the game. Save allies, push enemies in, get them out of position. And the Ring of Regen actually allows the supports to pick it up a lot faster. And it seems like it's only really nerfed to heroes like Lifestealer in pubs who want to get Force Staff, get themselves up close and personal, Skeleton King.
I guess
are still picking it up. No, Invokers
Yeah,
are still picking it up. So.
Well, they're still picking it up, but they're missing the plus 10 damage it has to
Yeah.
do by way of lane bounty is dead. Yeah, so oh, nice hook here against NS. Are they gonna kill him? No, he has Voodoo Restorations back. Punch is losing HP faster than the Witch Doctor, and that's a pretty bad sign.
Yep, wait a while to cast Dismember, and Venomancer takes the fall. GG's called by HM. They know that this game is all but over. This game is actually over, as they call GG. Said good luck in finals. The GG, thank you. So finally, some good manners at the end, as Virtus.Pro pretty much steamrolled their way to the finals. As we'll see if they can take it in the finals and qualify for the LAN finals. I'd really like to see Virtus.Pro get back on the game, as looks like they're getting going their way to try to get that at this point.
Yep. Do you know who is gonna be waiting for them in the finals, or what stage the other matchup is gonna be on at the moment?
Well, the other match is probably playing at the same time, so we'll probably have
Probably
the
on
finals
game
match.
1 still, or game 2?
Might be game 2, because it's an hour 30 minutes in past the scheduled match time, so I imagine the first game is over, at the very least. Virtus.Pro pretty much beating everybody in less than, their first 3 matches
minutes.
they beat everybody in like 15 minutes, and now they're getting it a bit longer to less than 25 minutes.
And Virtus.Pro's like, hey, you know, why play long game Dota when we could finish it quick and go back to watch whatever we're doing, like watch football or
Drink vodka.
drink vodka. Yeah,
Vodka.
they're probably drinking vodka right now. As they're clicking down racks with ease.
Yep, so as we wait for Keeper of the Light to disconnect, this has been a Dota Commentaries cast brought to you by B-Ball and Lumis Inverse. This has been the Fragbite THOR Open brought to you by Cedon, Fragbite, and if you want to sign up, it's an open tournament. There's still 3 more qualifiers after this one, so if you want to get some experience against some of the best teams, as there will be a lot more, I'm sure there will be a lot more professional teams signing up in the next couple weeks, because you know, they're running out of time, and DreamHack qualifiers will no longer need to be played. So if you want to get a chance to play against these teams, sign up at fragbite.com. We should sign up.
We should not,
Oh.
because
Yo,
I
our
don't want to
team.
get 5 people together to only lose in 20 minutes against Virtus.Pro.
Yo. Have you not seen our staff feeds video?
They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yo, call GG in 8 minutes, still in game.
Well, that's Nebula.
Yep.
But against this like real pro team, we really have to call GG in 8 minutes because
So negative. No faith in my bat, which will probably be banned because bat in general is ban-worthy. As
they could give us our perfect lineup and we probably still lose in 8 minutes.
as Keeper Light still is not disconnected, so I guess we're gonna wait for the throne to fall. But yeah, any shoutouts, Luminous? Luminous Inverse, Twitch, Luminous Inverse, YouTube, doing 1 a day, like a boss.
Like a boss, haven't missed it.
Yesterday or 2 days ago, you're cutting it close, but
It
you
was
still made it on
like
time.
2 hours late, I think.
Oh,
But
no.
that's because I uploaded it and forgot to make it public on YouTube. Not my fault. I mean, that's my fault, but I had it done. In any case,
I guess you can get the password to spectate the other games at the very least.
what the hell is this keeper doing? Is it just, you know what?
Just chilling. Just chilling.
I'm not
Hey,
broadcasting.
Last, dang. Well, you're gonna leave me alone and friendless?
There's nothing to watch.
The harsh, cruel world of Dota 2? Yo, there's a zombie. Well, it's past Halloween now.
Zombie, faster reaction rate than both of us combined.
Yo. Yeah, he's already, well, he ain't dying. But yeah, this is gonna be game 1 as TA goes to town on this last tower and end it. Gonna pull out the final score screen. But yeah, did you have any shoutouts?
No, it's just me. Thanks for having me here. It's been fun.
thank you for helping me out. I don't know how people like LD, Toby, and Purge do it. Casting for 8 hours straight. I didn't even cast. I casted like for 5 hours yesterday, and my voice is already dying.
When you're casting 8 hours straight, you're actually like casting 4 games with an hour break in between.
Still, couldn't do it. But yep, as this game is eventually gonna end, 20-4. Quintupling up the other team in kills. But yep, yeah, this has been the Fragbite THOR Open semifinals match. VP advanced to the finals. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you all very soon for the finals.
Alright, time to troll people in chat.